Hello, hello. Apologies for the flashbang of the game. Come in. Yet another random day of the week. Going to be going through the new Archon quest that was added. I have not played it yet, and it's. I mean, it's probably going to be a good quest, but hoping that doesn't like it has enough content. I guess let's just say that. Like it adds something and not just like leaves us with like 10 more questions and doesn't answer anything, I guess. Let's see how it goes. I left these rewards to be claimed so I could do my dailies easily, because apparently the daily encounter points are counted when you claim these rewards and not like it's good. I have done all my daily. And I'll just quickly go through my usual routine of
Thank you for
spending my resin and stuff. Then I'll
add
most likely only be doing the Archon quest today. But let's see. I got the new Abyss. That's send more people on the Iron Ore expedition. I kind of need those iron ores. Apparently with this patch they added that you can farm iron ores from these max level expeditions. Kinda needed. It was kind of annoying doing like trying to craft furniture and finding out that you get any iron ores if you do the max expeditions. I don't think I have any days I want to spend. I have a transient resin to use as well. I don't think there's any particular place that I want to spend my resin on, so I'll probably need some artifact space. I don't want to level these up because I don't want to get like crit rate stuff from these sets. Energy recharge. Because some of the characters that use this set usually are on a Favage weapon as well. Add, I guess. Keep that as it is until I need it for someone specific. These are like I have them just because they have like a combination that could potentially be useful at some point, kind of thing. Good, even as an off piece, probably. Okay, I might need already. Okay, let's spend some resin on the artifact domain. They don't have a full 4-piece set of that new domain. I kind of need it for But yeah, I still don't have a full 4-piece set for this, and kinda need it for Arlecchino mainly, and Cloran can still make do without it. So don't have a full set for Arlecchino as well. And, having a moment.
Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
Stabilize. This is order.
Into the shadows.
Surprisingly fast to clear this domain with this team. Doesn't take too long. But like a minute, less than a minute. I think I won't empty my resin, but yeah, I'll spend before the week resets. Oh. My webcam is shit. Upright. Oh.
Order guide.
Cringe
What's up,
game
Wolf?
SMH.
Yeah. It's a cringe game for you. What's up? Also, thank you for subscribing, I suppose. I don't know how much of that will go to me, but appreciate it. Anyways, what are you doing up at this hour? What are you doing being up at this hour? Oh, right now, oh, God. Oh. Oh. I had to go to bed and you came. Relatable. I usually just force myself to stay in the bed anyways. I played a couple of, I don't know, would you call them stages or missions of Doom? And I'm like, I have skill issue. Doesn't help that my PC doesn't handle it well. Still. But it's like Doom.
Evil looks. Shoot on
PC still
sight.
struggles a bit to keep it at like 30 FPS.
Solidify. I will have order.
Hunt them down.
Gather.
I think I should probably spend, yeah, I think I'll spend all my condensed resin for now. More runs to just finish my condensed resin here.
This is order. Stabilize.
Don't expect to get anything good, but I won't get it if I don't farm for it.
Time to
Something
testify.
as well.
Solidify. I will have order.
I think I need like a circular from this set specific. Probably a circular would complete my set. I don't know about this other burning set yet. Likely that the next patch character uses that new artifact set, but any plans to get the new character,
Order
so
guide.
it's kind of over for me.
Time to shine. Ready. Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
Solidify. This is order.
Hunt them down.
Last run for, I guess, the day and the week. I'll use rest of my resin, yeah, on the weekly boss and stuff. And I didn't even get the correct artifact set. The artifacts. Yeah, progress was meeting up plus program requirements. What the plus program means. Or whatever. Yes. Did you ever hear back? No. I have not. I've not heard. Like the only time I heard back was like, oh, hey, someone will go over your application. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I haven't heard back anything. I did check, like maybe I messed up my email or something, but not heard back from them yet. Maybe I won't ever hear back from them. Resin for next week. Complete my week. Progress on the battle pass. Do I have anything else I need to do? The daily routine.
Exactly.
Alright, I should like finish up this quest. Vent quest. And then I think I'll start the Archon quest playthrough. Kind of like the... I think this Archon quest is like basically just marking the end of this like 4th chapter of the game. Need any context? Like the filler, and there's always that one quest in the chapter where you meet up with your long lost twin or something. Apparently it's not that big of a quest, although didn't expect it to be that big of a quest as well. After this, I don't even care what they're talking about. Did that quest. Let's see, Archon quest. Meru. Huh. Starts in Sumeru. Uh, uh, got it. Go do the quest.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Sounds like every single commission we ever do in this game. It's basically our job.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting.
Okay.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Why us?
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones
Why?
for the job?
Why
I
us?
came across this
What's going
commission
on?
while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It
Okay.
seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumera branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
I mean, just assume my completion rate is 100%, because
Well, that's us for sure.
that's like, I don't think we've ever failed a commission in lore or like failed dailies, but let's see.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara village. They
Ah,
say one of their own villagers has gone
Fair.
missing. But the problem is,
Huh.
they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name?
I feel like a name would be more useful than like a
If so many
generic
adventurers
appearance.
have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all.
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them.
Okay.
Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry. In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable.
All right then, let's go. I'm starting to get really curious
Alright.
about this whole thing.
Ooh. For Act 4 bedtime story. This is like a This is a proper act, not like an interview. Because usually they have different designations for quests. Like chapter 4 act means like it's part of that main like whole chapter, like the year worth chapter. Then there's interludes, which I thought this was going to be an interlude, which is kind of like not related to any chapters, but of course it happens in order. So interlude is like between the chapters, but not directly connected to the main chapter story. Notice that about this quest. I wonder what would make it connected to chapter 4 then. Kind of curious on that.
We made it to Vimara
What makes it
village.
connected?
Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Let's see.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for
We
sure.
got to know about
We've
that.
certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts.
They weren't me though.
We've pretty much had it up to
I'm
here
sure
with
I could do
questions.
something about
And
it.
the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues, but no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Like, so, what are we supposed to find?
Okay.
The
Guess
person
we're
then? What?
really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions. I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know?
I was gonna say, so do you have any photos? But I feel like they don't. Because a camera in this world isn't that ubiquitous, I guess. That's your word to use. Like, not everyone has a
I
camera.
just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always
That-
willing to lend a helping hand.
Kind of sounds like a lot of people. That could be like anyone.
I chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day.
Sounds
I just hope
sus.
nothing bad happened.
Could he
The
have just
sauce.
moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Maybe this portion is a thing they all collectively imagined or dreamt about since we're in Sumer.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Right. Moment. So,
It's that guests I hear.
not really.
Amadea, we're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake.
Oh, apparently
That's
we
so
know
very
him.
kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Is it the same guy that gave us that harp thing that's used to solve a lot of Sumeru puzzles? I wonder if it's the same grandpa.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice.
Could get that
Not
fixed,
recently,
maybe?
of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his
That-
parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed
fair.
lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others.
There are some people like that where find enjoyment by being just friendly with everyone. So like having their own like family, I guess that's one way people cope with that.
He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Sounds like a nice guy.
He seems like such a nice and gentle person.
That's what I said,
No
but
wonder
yes.
his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
Probably I don't know, assume because I played this game story enough. It could be that the person disappeared and like deleted part of his existence or like did something weird. That's why people don't remember anything about him, but just that he was
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember.
how it
We'll figure
unfolds.
something out. Well, Traveler, what do you think?
Don't know.
I'm on things so too.
I am just
Like
sus.
the name thing.
Kind of sus.
So weird that no one remembers his name, and nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
It's just more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories. Yeah. Yeah, it could be. I don't
So
know.
you're saying it's not that he's been erased necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
Yeah, that's kind of what I originally theorized. Like, could be that they're all just collectively imagining someone that just straight up never existed, but he just made them all feel simply good. So I don't know.
Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that
Interesting.
one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Yeah, that's why I said, like, given I've played the story of this game, it's not like it's not a first of this kind of thing happening.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Oh, that is the
You're
NPC
here
that I
for
was
the
looking
Vamar
at earlier.
Village Commission?
Hello.
Yep, sure are.
Who are
We were
you,
just
ma'am?
looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the
like,
Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission.
Don't have the regular NPC outfit. You seem like someone important.
My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew
Fair.
up here in Vimara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
We'll try our best.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot.
Try.
So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Something better than nothing. Even like we've kind of haven't really gotten anything from the villagers anyways. How's it going? A tree.
Is this the place?
Yeah.
Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk.
Oh,
Sometimes
so
we would
missing
look up at
person,
the clouds
okay.
in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been.
Sounds like this NPC has something going on with the missing person. It's just me. Sounds like there's something going
actually
on.
adopted by the people of Vamar Village. The forest rangers
They
found me
definitely
in the
don't
woods
look
as a
like
child.
from here.
I was
or
surrounded
anywhere
by such
specific.
good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time,
Can
I
relate.
didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all.
Sounds about right.
Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
I get it. I
Really?
get it.
You know exactly how I feel?
Aww.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well,
Maybe they're
I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me.
maybe the missing person is an Aranara. Oh wait, what is this at the top? Huh, I didn't notice that
No
before.
matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, There's been so much I wanted to tell. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close.
Very close.
Did he ever
Like
tell you
very
anything about
close.
himself?
You can see that.
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well.
What kind of
right.
ideas?
I did ask him about his parents once, but all he said was, they're not here anymore.
Okay.
I didn't know
I
whether
guess
that
that
meant he had
helps.
left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help. The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now.
Time talk is seem to be around. Maybe this person doesn't exist.
Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right?
Sounds like a bit
what's
too
wrong, Traveler?
specific. It was always the same time of day and time never seemed to pass.
Hey, look at those hilly churls over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
What strange? Oh.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Guess they're fighting.
Uh-oh, we've been spotted!
Little random abyss mage. Oh, there's more of them. Okay. Right.
Order guide you.
Didn't see those guys coming in.
Into the shadows, where evil lurks. Shoot on sight.
That was that.
Thank
Alright.
you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up.
Oh, hey, I'm
If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what
talking
I
to.
would have done.
Okay, I was gonna say she's just gonna keep talking to that pillar.
No trouble.
Now that I think about it, the hilly
Lot
trolls
more
around
active,
Vilmara
huh.
village have been a lot more active lately.
I wonder if it's yeah, like she said the same time of the day, so maybe it's like someone that just like because we know in Sumeru they do a thing where you can like hijack dreams and stuff and like talk to dreams and think like it happened in real life. Be like they're running some sort of experiment on Vimara village.
They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
Very interesting.
Wait a second. The person! It's
Oh.
Dainsleif!
Oh, fancy running into you here.
Ah, it's you two.
The bow
Oh,
keeper.
a friend of yours?
I guess, yes.
Well, I'll
That's
leave you
one
all to it then.
title.
I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. See you later.
Bye, Atosa.
Yep, see you later,
Bye.
Atosa!
I think the last time we met Dainsleif was also in Sumeru.
Why do you
The
always have to
whole
pop up out of nowhere like that?
Harry
Is it your
Bear.
life's mission to jump scare us or something?
Lothar quest. So I guess he never left Sumeru? Maybe? I don't know.
It's hardly personal,
Huh.
or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Don't really specifically chasing the Abyss Order currently, but Joe Dainsleif.
Naturally.
Alright.
Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
Yeah, we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive.
Yeah.
I would imagine the increased hilly trail
Makes
activity
sense.
is merely
Makes
a
sense.
byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
That you also owe us many answers. What? I mean, he does owe us a lot of answers, but what exactly?
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything.
What exactly do you want to ask him?
Don't
I don't
worry.
remember the last time.
There should be ample time to talk.
I remember what we left off on the last time. No, the quest, like Carrie Bear was the quest. Don't remember. Besides the whole Carrie Bear quest. Question is until eventually this quest.
Ah, so that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilly trail activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
You got anything? You got any info for me?
Right!
Maybe?
That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Oh, yeah, we did hear about it. Yeah, I mean, again, like, I remember this, but I don't exactly remember where we left off with Dainsleif.
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
I don't think so. I mean, again, these options don't really matter. I'm just thinking about, like, me as a player. But think. We haven't really. I don't think she has, like, we have any reason to believe that she's betrayed her. Like, she is working with the Abyss Order that are doing, like, bad things, but not necessarily at the cost of, like, the main. I don't know.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened.
No clue. We are a bit clueless.
There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedderfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
That's an even more important of lore than his name. Damn.
Your
Alright.
brother?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Kanria.
They have a title. Okay.
The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedderfolnir,
Yeah.
Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Foul. I've heard that name mentioned before in somewhere. The Foul Sertologi. That sounds familiar. I know Gold Daughter like was name dropped all the way back in like the first year of the game with the whole albedo thing.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhine is the
Yeah,
one who created
okay.
Albedo. Sir
That's where I
Deluchi
heard
is
it.
Skirk's master.
Huh. Didn't expect to be that. Yeah, like that name sounds like way too familiar to me, like for me to hear it for the first time. Okay, good thing. Hey, Paimon recapping stuff actually helped me. Good, that's good.
And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vetafolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order was him.
So, I don't remember, like, the whole Clothar thing. Did that happen before Fontaine? I feel like it did. But I do wonder if we get to ask. I mean, it doesn't seem like we will. I wonder if we get to ask Dainsleif about Skurk and that whole side of the story we learned from Fontaine. Dainsleif found the ruin of Fontaine, the ones that outlined Fontaine's prophecy. That was like.
They were once people of great esteem in Canria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation.
Fair.
They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world.
That's a new name again.
Deep within,
Huh.
the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world.
Okay.
So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Okay, so like if I try to stitch this together, Kanja existed, and then like the five or so important people in Kandria got, I don't know, corrupted by the Abyss Order, if I had to put it that way. And then the cataclysm occurred, and then those 5 people that do have that power didn't do anything about it, which is weird. Because if they had the power, why did not they use it?
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
Thanks for answering some stuff for once.
As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched.
When did we hear about the word Loom of Fate for the first time? I feel like we probably would have heard it all the way back in like the first year, the first chapter, whatever you want to call it. I feel like we probably first encountered Loom of Fate back then.
By retrieving the eye of the first
Oh yeah,
field
this thing,
tiller,
right. Yep.
we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Yeah, I think this is where we first encountered the name as well of Loom of Fate.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is
that
related to the ley lines in some way.
in the end, everything is connected to ley lines in this world.
Ley lines?
Given like how ley lines work, it's like
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes?
yep, ley lines.
I believe that was due
Thing
to
is
the
because
fact
of ley
that the ley
lines.
lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
Things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Could be. Memories, ley line, missing person. I don't know why the Loom of Fate is here, but
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away
right.
tomorrow.
Discussing lore mentions, name mentions, title drops and stuff. Interesting.
So tired. Well, let's go find Dane.
I don't.
We've got a lot to do today.
I'll need to hear about Paimon complaining about brain juices for like the 100th time. I think I'll skip that. Alright. This stuff is free, so get them.
I wanna go try.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
Did you not sleep well? Or do you
The
just not
missing
sleep?
person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before.
Huh.
Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up.
Maybe like this missing person is someone that existed a long time ago. It exists like how the people are describing that person. They're all in their memories because of ley lines. I guess that's current answer to everything that can't be explained.
And I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Wait, what?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed.
Huh?
And it appears he possesses the ability to
Yeah, well, yeah.
plant memories into the minds of others.
Kind of what I was thinking about with the whole Sumeru, like that happens.
All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Maybe like if he plants the memory into Dainsleif mind, that maybe his mind responds with like, oh, it's there, and they can use that information. I don't know.
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Maybe, like this is sort of what I was saying is like maybe they're gonna implant this memory to spook Dainsleif, and then Dainsleif ends up like either telling them the location or going to the location, and the Abyss Order can follow him to the
Oh,
location.
so you're
Then
going to take us to where you hid it?
exactly. This is what I said. But yes. Who's looking at that kid?
Of course.
Danes is like. I mean, I expect Danes to already know about that contingency, and maybe he's using this to bait them out. I don't think he's gonna actually take us to the location. Maybe he's just using this bait. So the Abyss Order, whoever is following him. Good point for this. Interesting development. Is there a pineapple disco? Or is that just fire? Thought there was a pineapple disc there. I don't think I have all the pineapple discs. Pretty sure I'm missing like quite a bunch from Sumeru and
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's
like
for
an
sure.
entrance to a domain for the story.
Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Oh boy, what's happening?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up!
What just happened? Huh. Yeah, now I feel like the thing is happening that Dainsleif. I need fire element for this. I add here.
Just sharpen my spear.
Thank Link.
I knew you'd miss me.
I don't know. Is Dainsleif like all like is he under control and knows what he's doing? Or does he not know what he's doing and the Abyss Order are successfully going to find the location of the Eye of the Force Field Tiller, as they call it. Use his chests anywhere. Yes, there are monster artifacts in this domain. Or
Gather!
Ready.
chasm music as well. Makes sense when we did enter near a chasm, so
I will have order. Solidify!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Dainsleif being unsure about it. Like, isn't this his lair or location? Figured it out right now. What exactly is happening? give me 10 sigils. Meru.
Stabilize.
Very suspicious. Being here.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Bit creeped out as well. I didn't miss any chests. We're really going to the place where the like this, like if Danes is him and not like controlled by anyone, I feel like this should be like a bait from Danes to lure whoever's like chasing us. You gotta take us to the place that the eye is stored.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
Expected that much at least. Oh, hello.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! Shower me with presents!
Witness to Destiny's inception, vanguard of the newborn.
Into the shadows. Time to testify.
Order guide you.
Oh, you're a
Nice
pirate.
and spicy.
Okay.
Eat this!
Pirate shield. Alright.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here.
I also suspected that.
Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in
Not
the ley
really.
lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Really the place where the eye is stored. I mean, Dane's. I guess like he said he suspects Abyss is following him. And if I should trust what he's saying as well. Yes. this Lumine? Alright, yep, it is.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Alright.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye.
Let me guess, the eye isn't here.
That's quite the
I don't
gamble,
know.
Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone.
Alright. We're not supposed to see this because, well, Aether isn't here, but
I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Alright, building up more tension, but not resolving it just yet. I see.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to...
When like
Hey,
locked location.
look at those hilly trails over there. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's...
I had a very ominous suspicion that did the village just turn into hilly trolls? But like, why would the Abyss Order want to do that? The whole point is to not have more people turn into hilly
Looks like
trolls.
the same thing is happening over here too. The hilly trails are
I
calm.
feel so good about this.
You see, we're both still here.
So good.
We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
I don't feel so good.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
Doesn't sound good.
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now.
I don't know about
Dane
that.
said this might be our chance to find the missing villager.
Right. Hopefully nothing bad happened there. Can I talk to you? Random NPC, okay. Oh, whatever. Guess I'll just go talk to the person they want me to talk to.
Grandma Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something near...
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Everyone knows about them
Thank
as
you
well.
for your concern. But as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Hmm?
Hmm.
Someone's
Oh.
gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh? You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind
This
of
is,
the whole reason we're
is
here,
also
actually.
weird.
I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me... At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
So, like the ley lines took the memories away that they implanted? What?
All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadi. Something's
Apologies for
definitely
that.
not right.
Oh.
We just talked to Grandpa Amadia about the missing village. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
Likely.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibility.
Where am I going? All the way to the top. Up on a message.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
He doesn't know.
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always... He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, wait, what?
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing? Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Was it Atosa? I think that's her name, if I'm remembering correctly.
Strange.
We wouldn't have
They
time
both seem to
travel.
remember him.
What?
And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
No, I don't think we time traveled. Maybe we're reliving the memories of the villagers as well. Like the memories where that person supposedly exists and the time never moves on. We are presently traversing someone's memory.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
Right. Paimon totally forgot about the ley line
This came in handy for
disturbances.
once.
We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
How would Danes know about that?
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're... But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Oh, who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? Good idea! We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Can we try to figure out more about it? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
I mean, the memories would be the trace. Time does not pass in... Yeah, time does not pass in
If
false
time
memories.
was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to...
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit!
I get it.
This means
I guess I
time
get it.
isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off, like there could be overlap or something.
That
People might
kid is
start
still
to wonder
there.
why they
That kid
remember
seems
doing two
suspicious.
different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
It is just in conjunction with what we already know. Then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer.
The color of the sky.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Huh.
Here.
Come to think of it, every time we talk, time always passed by.
Gotta figure this out as well, but this game is
Even when
making
it
me
felt
feel
like we
smart now by knowing the answers.
That has to be it. This is definitely Atosa's
To the
memory.
tree.
Yeah, that's
Oh. God, it's far away. Oh God, I can't fast travel or use teleport points. Dang it, I have to run all the way there. Alright, I guess. Ooh, wow, you look like you are in Andrea's clothing.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman.
Sounds a bit unsure way of speaking.
You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Maybe not exactly a disorder, I guess, but this is like someone from Khandra trying to live like a normal kind of life by implanting themselves into people's memories.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Or maybe like they're trying to feel better about what they're doing. Yeah, he has that armband. That's
all right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
That like armband, wristband, whatever like scarf he has on his hand. Seems like I should know. Here.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
He knows who we are. Of course. Who would this guy? Oh right, the Alberic family. Previous interlude we played with Dainsleif, like with Clothar and Caribert. This isn't Clothar because Clothar was like can't be the visionary. Caribert? Didn't Caribert die at the end?
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the loom of fate.
I'm supposed to remember this being
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality.
oh, this is Aether like interpreting it.
Dane's brother. One of the
Caribert is the loom of fate?
You're
What?
Caribert Alberic.
Oh wow, we spoke.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
What?
Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw the me from back then.
It was a memory, so we don't actually know what happened to Caribert.
This is Atosa's memory.
This is very
I
confusing.
came here to say goodbye to her, but
Very
I
confusing.
suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Apparently, a memory that message that he's leaving to. I'll look into this later. I need to pull up the Genshin translator, I guess, for this. I remember, like, if this language has a name or something. Oh, where are we? Nice. Seems like a good setting for a teapot. What's going on here, though?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer
True.
exists in the real world, after all. As you well know. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
Exactly is the loom of fate.
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your
What?
veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction.
Is it a physical thing then, or what?
In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness
Within
left
the
over
loom of
within
fate,
the
okay.
loom of fate.
No longer exists.
As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
That's what it. Well, that's like for once we actually know what it does instead of just loom of fate. Weaving ley lines.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
That's why it's like kind of connected to memories and everything, because ley lines like store. Making new ley lines means you could just write your own fate, as the name says.
Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
Not finished. Then when I asked why he went so fast to introduce himself. Yeah, I feel like it was probably just him like trying play pretend with them.
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world.
Yeah, like you wanted to play pretend with the normal people.
As if I had a chance at life.
Only existing people's memories really count as living. Does not existing in their memories means you're good as dead then? question. Interesting question.
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Oh, you never talked to this granny person, right?
What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life.
Those are the dolls up there that we saw in, like, when Osa took us to the tree.
Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
It's not a tragedy that occurred. Cataclysm, that's like the source of everything.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well...
Even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Now that I finally found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help fighting my sister.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end. Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
Saw this line coming because we heard about this in the trailer, and it seemed like this is the line that they were building up to all this time.
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
Yes.
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location.
Yeah,
capitalizing
what
on
I
the
also
pursuit of
figured
the
out,
eye
yeah.
in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But he never handed me the eye.
That's right. Because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
That was
before you two entered that false location.
Oh, that's what was. Dane was like, oh, I want to tell you something, but then he stopped because that was when his false memory was implanted.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
Professor took it away. I'm not sure there's anything. So what's next?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In
Okay.
the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal... At least you remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe
do.
you saw him in your sibling's memory.
Very, very memorable, I would say.
After he used the power
Very
of the Abyss
memorable.
to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest.
Once, yeah, like you said, once it's completed, then the memory implantation power would go away.
To implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
And they're really gonna keep making us feel bad about killing hilichurls all this while. That's sad.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
And the Loom of Fate is complete.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Hello, Boomy.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation?
Oh, we get to finally talk to our twin for once.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. When
Like the first time we've had.
earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What's going on? What's the
The Loom
plan?
of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes?
I guess that would have been a small wake-up call for
Such
the
a
heavenly
flagrant
principles.
disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the heavenly principles situation. However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be.
Yes,
or what
everyone.
might trigger it.
Not just Luin, but everyone hates the heavenly
You
principles.
could say that. Just look at Kari-Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that.
Yeah, but that's his name.
There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end.
I think in the trailer we have that lays out all the chapters of this game. I think the last chapter is called something along the lines of like, the Sea of Flowers.
Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
Huh? What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari-Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
Because his memories will just cease to exist, and this is technically his memory.
Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
I think she said goodbye at the end. I think. This isn't over yet, so I'll hold my thoughts for now.
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so... Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
So what do we not know apparently right now? We don't know the fact that... Like, we just straight up don't know anything. Basically, whatever happened from the time we left Danes till now, whatever happened, technically Aether doesn't know it.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember.
So we still remember like the things, but we don't remember anything that happened inside his consciousness. No, we do. Told him about the Lumos.
Wait, really? What a score!
So we don't know anything that happened after Carrie Bear disappeared? What?
Well, what happened after that?
Yes, I don't remember. So convenient, right? Very convenient.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family,
Told them about this though.
And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened.
Oh, that was the last. Okay, that was Carrie Bear's doing. All right.
Oh,
cool.
and we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
We remember it.
I hope he's happy wherever he is.
To say that to them.
Now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
On the Doom of It is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree.
Hey, he left a message for Atosa instead of a memory. I think that's, like I'm what, a couple of weeks late to this quest, so I'm pretty sure there's people that have already deciphered it and posted all about it. Probably look it up later and see what the message.
Hey Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to
Doesn't
go
sound
looking
too
for
good.
you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter.
I guess that was
anyway.
something that's part of the letter
Life
then.
is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right?
I don't know about that, but sure.
Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped. wasn't I?
Bruh. Bruh.
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
Yikes.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious.
Like there's like a bit of misunderstanding here, but can't really clear that up.
And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day.
Okay.
Anyway,
I don't know about that. I
thanks
won't
for all
answer
your hard
that.
work, you two.
Don't answer that
I
question.
promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
I can't remember what happened.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Dad didn't expect this. And this is like I don't. Huh. This is nice, I guess. That's I was thought we were gonna go talk to Catherine, like end the commission, but I guess not. Quest is over right here. Anyways, interesting quest, nice quest. Definitely opened up more questions. Let's go. Anyways, have these quests just what they are, or like answer what happened and not. It was nice, I guess. At least we got a quest where talk to each other. That's good.
Stabilize.
I have like a lot of thoughts about this quest because it was a pretty short quest as well. So we have much to say about it. Interactions out of it. As usual, Dane just like disappeared on us without like any closure or anything. He just like gone. Next time, probably Nathan at this, or well, in chapter 5 at this point. It was nice, at least they gave us some interaction between the traveler and Lumin, even though it's like something that eventually everyone forgot about. They say.
Strike a pose.
Yes, closure for Carrie Bear as well.
First to find gets to stake their claim. Seems fair.
Yeah, it's just like a nice quest. I don't have much else to say. What else was it? We got to finally figure out what Loom of Fate is, and given what we know, like given that we know what it does now, tangible of a threat to worry about. Next time Dainsleif be like, oh, Loom of Fate, I'm like, bro, I don't get it, what's bad? Also, it being an Act 4 though is, I don't know, it being an Act 4, like I can see the mention that Heavenly Principles fact, even after the whole Fontaine arc happened. Yeah, that was the one connection for it to chapter 4 compared to like the Sky Bears interlude that we had last time. Next time that we hear about Loom of Fate, we'll at least know what it does, why we should be that urgent about it. And now we had like I don't know, I expected us to talk to Catherine at the end to close the commission or something. I guess a better ending was the photo that we got in the end from Carrie Bear himself, likely. Then we have a lot more questions with Dainsleif as to exactly what happened between her and Lumine as well. I feel like Lumine won at the end because that like if Twilight Sword was doing the thing that yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna keep this off. I'll probably come back for a stream on Genshin. Do have another thing planned for next week that I want to try and do. Next time I'm on Genshin, I'll likely be doing the New Abyss that just reset today, basically, for everyone. So I'll likely be doing the New Abyss, and if it doesn't take too long to complete, which I mean, it's mostly just like on me if I want to spend some time on the Abyss or not. I'm going to try using Chlorand and others. But yeah, this is going to be it for me. Next time it will be the Abyss for sure, and if I have enough time after it, I'll do Chlorand story quest, Genshin, and for whenever I'm shooting Genshin next. Maybe I'll do it. I'll do it tonight. I don't know. I'll have to see if I have the time for it. But yeah, I'll see you till next time. Thank you for coming by if you did. And yeah, till next time.